Welcome back. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, the FAO, and the Namibian Standards Institution, the NSI, have launched an exciting new project aimed at strengthening import inspection controls for fishery and canned meat products. This initiative is set to improve food safety standards, enhance trade quality, and ensure consumer protection. I'm now joined via Zoom by the NSI General Manager for Inspection and Testing, Paloma Ellitson, to expound further on this. Paloma, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
Good evening, Nina. Good evening, viewers. Thank you for hosting me this evening.
Just to start with, perhaps you can share, the main objectives of the strengthening import inspection controls for fishery and canned meat products launched by the NSI and the FAO.
So the project launched has the overall objective to develop a robust and effective import inspection program for the NSI, of course, with the end output to enhance protection of the local consumer for food safety, but also quality for fishery products and canned fish and meat products on the domestic market. Furthermore, it will serve to enhance trade facilitation on fishery and canned meat products while ensuring unjustified technical barriers to trade are not introduced in trade on these products.
And how does this initiative, Paloma, enhance the quality and safety of the fishery and canned meat products entering Namibia? What specific role does the NSI play in achieving this?
To do that, allow me to first start at inspection. So inspection of food ensures that the food that reaches the market is safe for consumption, in that it meets both safety and quality criteria when evaluated against national requirements for the product. So these national requirements can be set in national standards, either voluntary or compulsory standards, or in technical regulations. And these inspection controls should be performed by an independent third party officially delegated for this function, such as the Namibian Standards Institution. Now, the NSI is delegated by its line ministry, the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade, to conduct inspection for fishery products and canned fish and meat products. However, our current role is catering more for the inspection of export products, and as the NSI, we are seeking to close the gap in our system with regards to import product inspection to ensure effective implementation of our role holistically as an inspection body for these products. So, inspection of food, basically it has a quality and a safety assurance project component, and for this project we will seek to build onto work that is already done under another project, the EU SADC Economic Partnership Agreement Implementation Project for Namibia, which ran up until end of this year, as funded by the European Union and as implemented under the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade, which has resulted in enhanced equipment for the Namibian inspection laboratories and also some skills development, which will now be built on further by this new project launched today.
Now, we know, of course, Namibia heavily relies on its fishing industry and exports canned meat products. So how will this project influence the country's trade potential and its relationships with international markets?
The listeners and yourself will be aware that Namibia is a member of the World Trade Organization, and therefore we as a country conform to the provisions in the annex in the trade agreement with regards to technical barriers to trade. So therefore, when Namibia publishes either voluntary or compulsory standards, these need to be notified prior to publication to both our national stakeholders, but also to our trade partners, and in that regard, prevent the implementation of unnecessary technical barriers to trade. It also serves as a mechanism for effective consultation and awareness in advance of implementation of new standards and technical regulations, and therefore also this program. And furthermore, it seeks to build effective controls, my apologies, furthermore, effective import controls, such as what this project seems to will bring to the table, provide assurance to our export trade partners that Namibia does not function as a corridor for substandard products to enter the Namibian market and through our market find its way to export markets. Therefore, a robust and effective import control program can protect also your export markets, your access to export markets.
Are there
The
specific,
program itself.
let me just interject there, pardon me, Paloma. Are there specific challenges that Namibia faces in import inspections for these products? How does this project then aim to address these challenges?
So I do not want to speak to products broadly because you are aware that there are many different agencies that work in regards to different produce entering the Namibian market, and each have their various programs. For the NSI, our program has been focusing on export controls. So with the improved program that we are targeting to achieve under the project, we look forward to improved import controls, yeah, and also to enhance our current efforts for import inspection of products that are imported, but imported for reprocessing and then exported to our international markets.
Training and capacity building are vital in projects such as this. So what kind of support will Namibian officials and inspectors receive as part of the initiative?
First, the project will look at doing a gap analysis, and then the project will seek to use the information from the gap analysis to build an effective import inspection system for the NSI. The inspectors will then be trained on this new and enhanced system so that they can effectively implement the system and through the system enforce compulsory standards for fishery products and canned meat and canned fish products. So in regards to training, our inspectors will receive quite intense training on the program, but the project will also serve to create awareness among our key stakeholders, which includes, of course, our border control authorities and other stakeholders with which we work quite closely to enforce relevant controls, both import and export, but also to create awareness amongst the retailers, the importers, and those involved in the chain of trade.
In the long run, how do you see this project impacting Namibia's food safety standards and regulatory frameworks for imported goods?
Thank you so much, Nina. The project, of course, seeks to establish an effective, efficient, and internationally aligned import inspection control system, which will serve to cater for three main successes, if I can put it that way. The first one is strengthening institutional capacity of the NSI. And you've asked the question on technical competency. So through the project, we aim to build sustainable technical and operational skills for NSI inspectors, equipping them to effectively enforce national compulsory standards and prevent unsafe and substandard products from entering our domestic market. This is an endeavor that will build sustainable national infrastructure for Namibia into the foreseeable future. However, As a second and third point, it will ensure facilitation of trade and compliance by aligning Namibia's import controls with international standards, such as those of the Codex Alimentarius, and aiming to support Namibia, ensuring that Namibian products can compete globally while protecting local consumers. The third point, in short, is the promotion of fair trade practices, whereby the project will, through the system developed, mitigate the risk of substandard products tarnishing the local market, becoming a risk, of course, to the local consumer, which is essential to maintain trust and transparency in our trade networks. Of course, the project aligns seamlessly with Namibia's quality policy and the growth at home strategy of our line ministry, the Ministry of Trade and Industrialization and Trade, my apologies, and implements key strategic initiatives for the NSI strategic plan just formally endorsed this year. So success, we measure it broadly in an effective, a robust program in place that will ensure success in those three key points that I've outlined.
Well, Madam Paloma Ellitson, we do appreciate your time with us this evening. Thank you so much for taking time out to join us.
Thank you so much, Nina, and thank you, viewers, for receiving me. Blessed evening.
Thank you so much. Well, when we come back after this brief break, our conversations here on the Daily Roundup with Nina continues. Do stay with us.